It's top of the hour, and it's time for Making a Difference. I'm your host, CJ Metcalfe. On this show, we like to interview people in our community that make a difference in other people's lives. I thoroughly enjoy doing that. Today's show is sponsored by the Gulf Theater at the Military Heritage Museum. We thank you all for your sponsorship. And if you want to see a list of the shows coming up, you can log on to gulftheater.org. Check it out because they've got some good shows coming up. I'm very excited today for my guests that are on the show. One of them in particular is very near and dear to my heart. She is a veteran. So, you all know how I feel about veterans and my work with veterans. And we are going to have Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care on the show today. They are a home care agency. And you know how it is with veterans, they are used to everything being cut and dried. It's, they're used to the orders. That's part of their foundation. And if it's not cut and dried and black and white, they just don't put up with it. They get an attitude about them. And one of these caregivers is a veteran. She would be very experienced in how to handle a veteran, how to talk things through to them, and explain what needs to be done. So, without further ado, let me bring on Sandy. She is an LPN. Oh, there we go. Ahlbrand with Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care. And she has her cohort, Ashley, with her. I'm not even going to try on that one, Ashley. So, ladies, welcome to the show. I'm anxious to talk about what you do, what you specialize in, and how you're set different from other home care agencies. I can speak from personal experience that I have had home health care agencies with my veteran husband, and he ran a few off. Oh boy. Um, but they just didn't get it. I mean, they just simply did not understand his state of mind. And, veterans, in particular, I know are, they look at pain as weakness leaving the body. They are taught in their foundation to stand up strong and to keep going no matter what. Don't let some little something bring you down. And oftentimes I think they don't follow what they're supposed to do. They push through it without following the careful instructions that they need to get over this period that they're going through their lives. Sandy, do you have any comment on that?
I sure do. Being a veteran for over 20 years, I served in the Navy as a corpsman and then did my first bout with that. And then I was in the Air Force as a flight medic nurse. So I have 40 something years under my belt as a nurse and having been in the military. I love my veterans. I'm a veteran, and I do understand their needs, and I understand their wants, the strongness, and what we try to do with Heart, Body, Mind is keep that in perspective. When I go in, we get authorizations. I go in and I do assessments, trying to identify what their needs are, and so that we can meet their needs. With Heart, Body, and Mind, we try to align caregivers that are experienced and can provide them the services they need with personal care, hygiene, grooming, showers, meal prep, just whatever their needs, medication assistance. And we take in consideration any disabilities or medical history that they have. And let me just say this, we do have some most recently retired veteran caregivers that are working with us. And that just really thrills me to no end.
It does
I'm
me
going,
too.
I'm going to let Ashley speak a little bit about the other part.
So, my name is Ashley, and I cover the Lee County office, but I work very closely with Sandy and Charlotte as well. So, not only do we provide services to veterans in Charlotte County, but also in Lee. Majority of our clients are veterans. They are referred to us by the Bay Pines VA. We are a preferred provider for the VA. So any veteran that's seen by their primary VA doctor, they will receive authorization for services, and then that referral gets sent to Heart, Body, and Mind because, like I said, we're a preferred provider. Sandy does a lot of training with our caregivers. Because she's a veteran herself, she's able to train the caregivers properly, how to work with veterans, how to be patient, and explain the different behaviors and, different conditions that veterans have to be able to properly work with them.
Well, you know what I'm going to ask? Everyone listening, they're going to call and go, I want Sandy. What are you going to do about that?
So Sandy is the client care manager for Charlotte County. So Sandy works very closely with all of the caregivers. So she goes around and kind of manages the whole process. She oversees the caregivers working. She checks in on the veterans to make sure that they're happy with the services that they're receiving. And she works closely with the staffing coordinator as well to make sure that the veteran has the best matching caregiver.
Well, you both had said it in there that you cover two areas specifically. You
Mhm.
have the Port Charlotte. Is there an office there?
Well, and we have a drop-off office, and it's located in the Truewood building. I have an office in here. Um, but for the most part, the main office is in Fort Myers. That's where Ashley is. And I work out and about. I assist with hiring caregivers, and actually, each client that comes in, the veterans, I personally go to their homes and I do a safety check. I do a consult assessment, like I said, of their needs. So I can truly say I personally know all of our caregivers and all of the clients, the veteran clients, our clients, because we have other clients too that are not veterans. They're maybe private pay, long-term care insurance. There are other sources that of clients that we have.
Well, I know that, all of us want to stay in our home. And sometimes when we hit a bump in the road, it's just not really safe for us to stay at home alone. And then they end up sending us off to a nursing home or a rehab facility. Now, I did notice on your website that you offer 24-hour care. You can have a caregiver in a home 24 hours a day.
Yes, so that is correct. Not all of our clients are veterans. A great majority of them are, but we also provide services to other clients as well. And what we try to do is keep everyone in their home where they're most comfortable and they feel most safe. So they can remain independent in their own home with just extra assistance from us and our caregivers. We do provide 24-hour care should an individual need that. However, we provide other shifts as well. Maybe you just need someone for 3 or 4 hours a day. We do have minimums in place. So we have a 3-hour minimum shift, and that would be per day, and then a 12-hour weekly minimum. So you don't have to have 24-hour care, but that's something that we definitely offer. Or some people may just have overnight care. Maybe you have someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia and they need someone looking over them throughout the night. We provide that service. or even just days. We can send someone just during the day for 12 hours. So really the best thing to do is to contact us, whether you live in Lee County or Charlotte, and one of us will come out to do a free in-home consultation. Um, and we could do that in both areas.
Well, I recall when I was in a crisis situation with my veteran husband that I was his 24-hour a
Mhm.
day caregiver. And I'll be honest with you, it was wearing on me. I needed a break. I needed to get away. I needed time to go to the store, to run some errands, and I just couldn't do it because I didn't want to leave him alone. It was not safe. And so this is where you guys could come in and stay with an individual, whether it be a veteran or somebody else, but you could stay with them. And at that same time, do you offer any services as far as helping with, maybe the laundry or the dishes aren't getting done, something like that? Can you help people with that?
Well, yes, we can. And that is part of the duties or tasks of the caregiver. When they arrive in the home, um, they will offer to shower, bathe. And always, and my thing is, ask the client, have they had a meal today? Would you like something to eat? Because it's important. That may be the only meal they get that day. So we encourage that. Medication reminders. It helps for the caregiver to be there to do that. Um, uh, Changing the linen on the bed, doing personal laundry, even folding, putting up thing away. They can wash the dishes. They can do the personal care, anything that is for the client within the home. Now, this is veterans. Anything within the home, the caregiver can assist with. We really don't do, we do not do heavy cleaning or anything like that, but we want to keep their personal space environmentally clean and safe. That is a priority, is to have them in a clean, safe environment and make sure, like I said, they're showered, they have something to eat, and they're dressed.
Well, I can recall when my husband was sick, and the older you get, the more critical it is when you're sick, because for some reason or another your mind doesn't work right. And I would want to change his bed linens, but it was a two-person operation because I had to keep an eye on him and keep him from skating out of the room and possibly harming himself in some way, shape, or form while I was quickly trying to change the bed. And I was like, this is just insane.
Right.
So, yeah, sometimes it is a two-person operation, and I very much appreciate that. Is there ever a time where you all have to send two out at a time?
Typically, that isn't something that's needed. A lot of times, the clients have family members, like their primary caregivers in the home. So our caregivers go in and assist. But like you mentioned earlier, CJ, when you would like to go out during your husband being sick, but you were just too afraid to leave him alone,
Right.
we bring the caregivers in to provide that peace of mind for the primary caregiver, such as yourself. So the caregiver is there, you're able to go out and do the shopping or whatever errands need to be done, and you know that someone is there, keeping an eye on your loved one, and so nothing happens to them. So called respite care, and that's a service that we provide very often to the spouses of our clients.
I'm getting dizzy there on the screen. For those of you on the radio, listening in on the radio, we were bouncing our video screens back and forth, and I was like, okay, which one do I keep my eye? Which one do I talk into? Okay, how far south in Lee County do you go as far as south as the county line? And how far north in Charlotte County do you go?
So we will go as far as Bonita Springs. We are
Wow.
licensed to provide services in Collier County as well. But right now we're just providing services as far as Bonita Springs.
Yeah,
And
that's still
then,
quite an area, yeah.
right, yes.
And then for Charlotte County, we're all the way up to Northport to Sarasota, which Sarasota County is um, in part of Northport. So yeah, all the way from Collier County to Sarasota County, basically, we can provide service.
I'm curious, how many people do you have on staff?
So we do have a good amount of caregivers. It's hard to say an exact number, but we have a lot of clients in Lee and Charlotte both, and we have enough replacement caregivers should someone call off. And even during this time of COVID, we have made sure that all of our caregivers have masks. We've made sure that they have all the proper PPE, so protective equipment. They have gowns, masks, hand sanitizer, and gloves. And we have those in both locations. And our drop off is here in Charlotte as well as Lee County. So the caregivers are able to stop by and pick up those supplies and also give them to the clients should they need them as well.
And we encourage that too with the caregivers. We reach out to the families. Actually, one of our services I think that's really good is the fact that we reach out to our caregivers and our clients on a regular weekly call to ask how are the services going? Are the caregivers meeting your needs? Do you have any issues or any problems? What can we do as an agency to improve? We are here for you. We want to hear from you. And so, like, we want to meet the total needs of the client as best we can.
That is what I want to hear, because sometimes when it's just the caregiver coming, and if there's an issue, you're like, I don't want to take this issue up with them because
Right.
they're busy.
Mhm. Yes.
Who can I talk to? I'd like to tell our audience, if you have a pen and pencil handy, I will tell you about their website, which is www.hbmhomecare.com. And that would be the abbreviation for heart, body, and mind. So hbmhomecare.com. And once you go to their website, it's very user friendly, and you can find out so much about their services. They have a lot of pictures there. They have the phone numbers that you can contact them. I mean, the thing that impresses me about Heart, Body, and Mind is that they're accessible. They're very accessible. And when you're in a crisis situation, I say a crisis, when you've got somebody sick and you need help, you need to be able to reach out to somebody. It's nice that you have all these access points that you can use to get to them. I must say, I know that not all home health care agencies make it this easy. That I'll just say it that way. And besides that, who wouldn't want to deal with these two beautiful women? Look at those smiles, my goodness, friendliness. I mean, that means a lot. That you're like welcomed into my home. So, and that's very impressive. So if they go to call, depending upon what area they're in. If they're in the Fort Myers area, there's a phone number to call there, right? And then there's a separate phone number to call out of Charlotte County. Is that how you like that done?
That's okay, CJ, or they can call either number no matter what location they're in, and we'll direct them to the right person, which will
Okay.
be either Sandy or myself.
And if it goes through the main office, then they'll just transfer the call to me. So
So either number is fine.
either number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we talked about the veterans, but real quick, what other insurances do you guys accept for those that are non-veterans and wanting to use your services?
So we accept private pay. We accept VA benefits, of course. We're contracted with the VA, but we also accept most long-term care insurance policies.
Okay, and so does that include Medicare?
Medicare does not pay for our service. It pays for home health.
Gotcha. So your
Home care.
home care.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a difference between home care and home health.
That's correct.
Home
Yes.
health is going to come in and put bandages on, right?
That's right.
It. That's
Yes.
right.
They're a skilled service.
It's a skills service.
And home care is going to come in and
Provide personal
make
care
sure I'm happy.
Yeah. Yes.
And we do that with the companionship and with the respite. And some of our clients have respite hours through the VA, and our caregivers will play bingo, play cards, sit down, paint with them, just activities to engage and have them mentally active toward things. One of my caregivers stopped by yesterday, and he had wanted a pack of playing cards for a veteran he had. I said, not a problem. I've got an extra pack at home. Stopped by on Monday, and certainly he came right in, and I said, here's your cards. So we try to, we want to engage. We want to keep them active. We want to keep them in their home, and so they're the familiar. I can't even say it.
I can't either.
Anyway,
Familiarity.
there you go. Maybe it's that Southern thing. I don't know. But anyway.
Well, ladies, I tell you what, unfortunately, we're out of time. Sandy and Ashley, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Again, check out their website at Heart, Body, and Mind Home Care. CJ saying I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.